The Nigerian government is afraid of something very strong. That thing is the truth. The truth is powerful. It cannot be hidden forever. The government knows this, but they are trying so hard to keep it away from the people. That is why Nnamdi Kanu is still in detention. He has been there for so long, and every time people call for his release, the government finds one excuse or another. But deep down, the real reason is fear. Fear of what he will say. Fear of what he will expose. Fear of the truth. Nnamdi Kanu is not an ordinary man. He is not someone who will keep quiet when things are wrong. He has always spoken his mind. He has always told the world what he thinks is happening in Nigeria. He does not hide his words, and he does not fear anyone. That is why many people listen to him. That is why his voice is so strong. And that is why the government is scared. Because when a man like that comes out, he will not keep silent. He will talk. And when he talks, the world will listen. The government knows that Kanu has a lot to say. He has seen things. He knows things. He knows how the system works. He knows the things that happen in secret, the things that ordinary people do not know about. These are the things the government wants to keep hidden. They do not want Nigerians to know about them. They do not want the world to know about them. So what do? They keep Kanu inside. They think that if he is locked up, the truth will also be locked up. They think that if his mouth is shut, then nobody will hear the things he knows. But the truth cannot be locked up. The truth is too strong for that. It can wait, but it does not die. And that is what the government is afraid of. They are afraid that one day, Kanu will speak, and when he does, the truth will come out like fire. It will burn lies. It will burn corruption. It will burn all the things they have tried to hide. That is their biggest fear. Nnamdi Kanu has been quiet for a long time, not because he wants to, but because he is inside. The government is using everything they have to keep him there. Court cases, charges, delays, everything just to keep him away from the people. They say it is about security, they say it is about law, but deep inside, it is about fear. Fear of words. Fear of truth. Fear of being exposed. When someone speaks the truth in a country where there are so many lies, that person becomes dangerous. The government sees him as a threat. Not because he carries a gun, not because he fights with weapons, but because his words are more powerful than guns. His words can make people open their eyes. His words can make people start asking questions. And questions are something the government does not like. Because questions lead to answers, and answers lead to the truth. That is why they fear him so much. VeryDarkMan and Aloy Ejimakor have been calling for his release. They have been shouting that it is time to free Kanu. They say it is not fair to keep him there. They say he has done nothing to deserve this. And they are right. It is not fair. But the government does not want to listen. Every time someone talks about freeing Kanu, the government becomes worried. They look for another reason to keep him inside. They look for another excuse. Because they know that the day Kanu steps out, the day he becomes a free man again, that day will be the start of something big. And that something is the truth. The truth is like a light. When you put on the light, darkness disappears. The government is living in darkness. They like it that way because darkness hides their secrets. Darkness hides their bad actions. But Kanu is like a light, and they know if he shines, the darkness will be gone. That is why they are doing everything to keep him locked up. They are trying to keep the light off. But light cannot stay off forever. One day, it will come on. One day, the truth will break out. And when that happens, no one can stop it. The fear of the truth is the fear that controls the government. It is the reason they are scared to release Nnamdi Kanu. It is not about law. It is not about peace. It is not about safety. It is about fear. Fear of what will happen when the truth is free. Fear of what will happen when the people know the things they have been hiding for so long. That fear is why they keep him inside. But no matter how long they keep him, they cannot kill the truth. Because the truth lives, and one day, it will speak louder than ever before. Nnamdi Kanu is not just a man. He is a voice. A voice that speaks without fear. A voice that says the things many people are afraid to say. That is why the government sees him as a threat. They know that if he is free, he will speak again, and when he speaks, people will listen. They will not only listen, they will act. This is the biggest fear the government has. When someone has the power to move people with words, that person becomes powerful. Words are stronger than weapons. A bullet can kill one person, but words can wake up a whole nation. That is the kind of power Nnamdi Kanu has. He does not need guns or violence. All he needs is his voice. His voice is enough to make people think, to make people question, and to make people rise. The government understands this very well. That is why they do not want him to come out. They want to silence him, because they know his words will travel far. They know his words will break the walls of lies they have built. Nnamdi Kanu has millions of followers. People who believe in him, people who trust him, people who see him as their leader. These people are waiting for him to come out. They are waiting to hear his voice again. The government knows this. They know that the moment he comes out and speaks, the people will gather around him again. They will listen to him. They will follow him. And that will make the government weak. It will make them lose control. That is why they are scared. The truth is, you cannot keep a voice silent forever. You can lock up a man, but you cannot lock up his ideas. You cannot lock up his influence. The more they keep Nnamdi Kanu inside, the more people talk about him. The more people wait for him. The more people get angry. The government thinks that locking him up will make people forget him, but the opposite is happening. People have not forgotten. In fact, they remember him more. They talk about him every day. They pray for him every day. They are ready to hear him again. That is why the government is in fear. They are in fear because they know that silence cannot last forever. When a man like Nnamdi Kanu comes out after being locked up for so long, his words will be even stronger. People will want to hear what he has to say. They will want to know what he went through. They will want to know the truth from his mouth. And he will not disappoint them. He will speak. He will tell them everything. He will talk about the injustice. He will talk about the lies. He will talk about the hidden things. And when he talks, his voice will shake the country. It will shake the government. It will make those in power restless. This is the reason they are scared to let him go. VeryDarkMan and Aloy Ejimakor know this too. That is why they keep calling for his release. They know that Nnamdi Kanu has been treated unfairly. They know that the law says he should be free. They know that keeping him inside for this long is not right. So they speak out. They demand his freedom. But every time they speak, the government becomes more afraid. Because they know that if people like VeryDarkMan and Ejimakor keep talking, more people will join. The pressure will grow. And one day, they may have no choice but to release him. That is what they fear. They fear the day they lose control of this case. The government is trying to buy time. They think that if they delay his release, people will get tired. They think people will stop asking questions. But that is not happening. Instead, more people are asking. More people are demanding. More people want to know why Nnamdi Kanu is still inside. And when people start asking questions, the government starts shaking. Because questions lead to answers, and answers lead to the truth. That is the truth they are trying to hide. The voice of Nnamdi Kanu is like a storm waiting to happen. The government can see it. They can feel it. They know that if they open the door and let him out, that storm will come. It will sweep through the nation. It will blow away lies. It will blow away fear. It will bring out things they never wanted anyone to know. That is why they keep the door locked. That is why they use the law as an excuse. But the law is not the real reason. Fear is the real reason. Fear of that voice. Fear of that truth. Fear of what will happen when the voice they cannot stop is free again. You can stop a man, but you cannot stop an idea. You can lock him up, but you cannot lock up his words. The government knows this, but they are still trying. They are still fighting against the voice. But the voice is not going away. It is only waiting. waiting for the day it will speak again. And when that day comes, no one will be able to stop it. Not the government. Not their power. Not their lies. The voice will speak, and the truth will follow. The truth is a powerful thing. It is like a light that cannot stay hidden forever. You can cover it for some time, but one day, it will break through. This is the biggest problem the Nigerian government faces with Nnamdi Kanu. They know that if he comes out, he will speak. And when he speaks, everything they have tried to hide will come out too. That is why they are scared to release him. They fear that his freedom will bring a storm they cannot control. Right now, the government is playing a game of fear. They want to look strong, but inside, they are afraid. They are afraid of one man because they know what he stands for. They know that Nnamdi Kanu is not someone who will keep quiet. They know he is not someone they can buy with money or silence with power. He is a man who will tell the truth, no matter the cost. And the truth is what they do not want Nigerians to hear. When someone is brave enough to speak the truth in a land of lies, that person becomes dangerous to those in power. Nnamdi Kanu is that person. He is the one who has the courage to call out what others fear to say. That is why the government is afraid to let him go. They are not afraid of his body. They are afraid of his mouth. They are afraid of his voice. They are afraid of the truth that will come out of him. The truth is like fire. When it starts burning, it spreads fast. It burns everything in its way. Lies, corruption, secrets, all of them will go up in flames. That is why the government is trying to keep the fire locked up. They think that by keeping Nnamdi Kanu in detention, they can stop the fire. But that is a big mistake. The fire is only getting hotter. The day they open that door, the fire will come out. And when it does, no one can put it out. People like VeryDarkMan and Aloy Ejimakor understand this. That is why they keep fighting for his release. They know that justice must win. They know that no one should be kept in detention forever just because the government is afraid. They keep speaking, and they are not alone. Many people are speaking too. Every day, more voices are rising. The pressure is growing. And the government knows that they cannot hold him forever. They know that one day, they will have no choice but to release him. But the question is, what will happen when that day comes? The government is thinking about it every single day. They are asking themselves, what will happen when Nnamdi Kanu is free? What will happen when he starts speaking again? They know that the country will shake. They know that people will listen to him. They know that the things he will say will cause questions, and those questions will demand answers. And those answers will expose them. That is the fear that keeps them awake at night. Right now, there is a battle going on. It is not a battle of guns or bombs. It is a battle between fear and freedom. On one side, there is the government, holding on to fear, trying to keep control. On the other side, there is freedom, waiting to break out, waiting for the day it will win. And freedom always wins in the end. It may take time, but it never loses. The truth is not something you can kill. You can hide it for a while, but you cannot destroy it. And the truth is on the side of Nnamdi Kanu. That is why so many people are calling for his release. They know that the law is clear. They know that what is happening to him is wrong. They know that keeping him inside is not about justice, but about fear. Fear is a weak thing. It makes people do desperate things. It makes people break their own rules. It makes people fight against the very law they are supposed to protect. That is what fear is doing to the government. But the problem is, fear cannot win forever. The more they fight to keep him in, the more the truth becomes stronger. The more they try to silence him, the louder his name becomes. One day, the door will open. One day, Nnamdi Kanu will walk free. And when that day comes, the truth will come out with him. It will not be a small truth. It will be a big truth that will shake the foundation of lies. That day will be the day fear loses and freedom wins. The government knows this. That is why they are scared. That is why they keep delaying. That is why they keep coming up with excuses. But excuses will not work forever. The truth is patient, but it does not sleep. It is waiting for the right time. And when that time comes, no one can stop it. This is the battle between fear and freedom. And no matter how hard they try, freedom will win. Because the truth is stronger than fear. And Nnamdi Kanu is the voice of that truth.